captivated humans for ages. It was in the contemporary era that we really paid it a trip, first through robots and subsequently with humans. The moon has been a rich source of information concerning the planetary system's origins and humankind itself. The moon's influence on waves and other biological cycles has been well known for ages. But it took cutting-edge space programs for researchers to reveal the moon's basic importance to human survival. There are continually surprising new findings being made on the moon. In this video, we will be talking about the recent strange discoveries on Moon. Stay with us till the end of the video to know exciting information. Is there a hollow in the moon? Does anybody know if our moon is hollow or not? We've grown up with the bright orb in the skies above us. There have been various outlandish ideas over the years. But with the current state of technology, nothing would be stranger than what you're about to observe. The idea of a hollow moon has fascinated people throughout the ages and has been explored in numerous fictional works. Yet, the experiment conducted by the Apollo program in the late 1960s is often touted as persuasive purported evidence. After seismic detectors were placed on the moon, a spent liftoff phase of the lunar module was intentionally crashed onto the moon's surface, creating huge ripples. If this operation were repeated on consecutive voyages utilizing a used rocket stage, the moon would boom or echo for a few hours. This response differs from what the Earth might have done in response to this type of event. Some speculate that the moon must be hollow on the inside since the quakes wouldn't make any sense. If the moon is hollow, what might be inside of it? As one of the moon's sides has always been turned away from Earth, a hollow moon would be an excellent choice for an alien outpost. Who can say for sure what is taking place under wraps? Unidentified moon towers found. If you come across a residence in the middle of the desert, you can rest assured that someone else built it before you. Imagine that instead of a single tower, you find a collection of them on the moon. There's no need to conjure up another situation where aliens are present. 6 towers have been uncovered on the moon, lending credence to the idea that extraterrestrials have lived there all along. The fascinating video is from a Google Moon, which was compiled using data obtained from NASA spacecraft orbiting the moon and photographing the moon's surface. Sure, the towers depicted in these photographs are 5 kilometers in height, as indicated by the data provided with the images. The creator of the alien searching site secure team, Tyler Glockner, is convinced that the rock formations were not formed naturally and were instead positioned there by intelligent beings. He suggests, when you look at these things, they are towering. Some of them are nearly 4 miles high. They're not natural to the moon. They've been put there by someone or something. The idea of towers on the moon has been around for decades. Strange spacecraft sighted near the moon. Because to scientific research, the schedule of lunar occurrences can be accurately predicted, enabling people to keep tabs on and enjoy a spectacle as it unfolds across the sky. Some viewers, however, take more notice during this sort of operation and can thus identify alarming things that would otherwise go unnoticed. This occurred during the recent occurrence of the year's largest, sharpest supermoon. After examining it more closely, someone found something peculiar. They filmed unexplainable spheres flying perilously close to the moon, leaving reflections that looked real on the craggy lunar surface. The video can be seen on the Jean-Michel Tenac YouTube account, which features only this one video. With so many people curious about what they're witnessing, the video has amassed hundreds of millions of views. The footage was taken toward the direction of Montreal in the mid-evening, as stated in the description, which provides context for the event seen. There is no official word for this film, and it is not apparent what kind of camcorder was used to shoot it. The video swoops in on the weird things at one point and plays them back in slow motion for clarification. Is this another piece of evidence that alien spacecraft are zipping by our part of the galaxy? The moon is becoming smaller. The moon's apparent size has remained remarkably stable during human observation, Yet despite widespread perception of the opposite, the moon is physically contracting. The moon has shrunken by an estimated 150 feet, according to NASA. The shrinking moon has caused many to wonder why and what consequences this phenomenon may have. Eventually, the moon will become smaller because its interior will cool down and contract. When the moon originated more than 4 billion years ago, it kept a great deal of warmth, but its small size meant that all that temperature had to go somewhere. Because of the effect of heat on their volume, objects contract when they dissipate their internal heat. The moon is losing mass because its heat is escaping into space. There is a direct correlation between the amount of heat in the lunar and its rate of contraction. As the moon cools, its compression rate decreases. This revelation has fundamentally changed the way we view Earth's closest neighbor. Although the moon may seem like a lifeless, static rock, it is a dynamic universe. Getting back to the moon as soon as possible would help us learn more about this peculiar world, because it is dynamic. A Chinese rover discovered a strange big cube resting on the moon. While the United States and Russia have traditionally been at the forefront of the space industry, China has recently entered the fray and has revealed surprising discoveries ahead of the rest of the world. Such evidence includes the discovery of a massive, cube-shaped item by the Chinese spacecraft on the moon. The Yutu-2 rover, which was built and is operated by the Chinese, took pictures of the mysterious object from a distance of about 260 feet as it crossed the von Karman Basin in the South Pole's Aitken Basin on the moon. In fact, it was interesting enough for Chinese scientists to redirect the lander to get a closer look. Unfortunately, it may be a while before we get any answers, as it will take Yutu many weeks to approach the peculiar lunar object. Journal entries from the Yutu-2 mission indicate that the object was first seen on the range on lunar day 36. Researchers have rerouted the 6-wheeled vehicle after Yutu-2 saw the enigmatic cube-shaped dwelling. This solar-powered lander will spend 2 or 3 lunar days, about 2 or 3 months on Earth, exploring the lunar surface. As was to be anticipated, the cube-shaped thing in the rover's photos spurred quick conjecture and hilarious speculations. Was it the first spaceship to the moon, or a dwelling erected by aliens after a rough landing? Yutu-2 rover has been exploring the moon's distant side for nearly 3 years and has made yet another peculiar discovery. A gel-like substance. Strange outcroppings were also found by Yutu-2 on the moon's surface. Strange blinking lights on the moon. Even amongst experts, the question of whether or not aliens exist in the universe is a contentious and heated one. Solid evidence suggests that officials attempt to convince you to accept their view of the reality regarding extraterrestrial life, but the recent finding of enigmatic lights that appear on and off the moon suggests that you are not required to travel far into outer space to uncover proof of aliens. Officially, experts need to understand why this is occurring. On numerous instances per week, different regions of the surface get illuminated, sometimes for a few seconds and other times for several minutes. Astronomers use the term transient lunar phenomenon to describe the occasions when a portion of the moon's surface inexplicably becomes dark. According to one research published in the 1970s, the duration of the phenomenon ranges from 20 minutes to hours, and the light emitted ranges from reddish to pinkish with a glittering or streaming pattern. It can cover miles of the surface. Several theories have been put up to explain this phenomenon, such as the moon is struck by asteroids, the solar breeze interacting with dirt on the moon, or the moon's surface motion generating gases that reflect light to Earth. No definitive rationale for this conduct, however, has been offered. It seems difficult to acknowledge that light could emanate from aliens after so many centuries of insisting they don't live. Still, they're seeking to discover what's creating the weird sparkles on the surface. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe to this channel.